What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, we're going to be talking about something some people have been asking me, and that is what my plans are with all my crystals, where I plan to do what I plan to do with them, and how I've been able to save up so many. So first off, the easy question, how I've been able to save up so many, that's an easy answer. I've done this a couple times already. Number one, this game has been extremely generous with the amount of crystals they've been giving out. They're actually going to be giving out even more crystals very soon once these events are over. But the same thing usually applies to what I've been doing from day one, and that's doing all my missions, doing all my co-ops, making sure every single form of crystal, like any form of way of getting crystals, is always completed, right? So if you look at, for example, dungeons, right, all my Crisis dungeons here have been done. They're all S+. I don't really mess around with that. I just, because they do give a ton of blue crystals when they do pop up, and the beauty is every month we get 2 brand new event dungeons, the very hard ones especially, and those give quite a few of them as it is. Also, completing the battle tower up to 69 has been a pretty big number, and that's given out quite a few crystals as well as fragments for me, so that's been done as well. Obviously 70, I'm a ways away from getting that one done. We'll be working on that in the near future, and also like getting all these enhancement things done. Even some people forget that the training quests, even the free ones, also drop blue crystals. So make sure you're doing this. Even the pieces, guys, even if you don't do these often at all, just do them once at least to get the crystals. Like, this is something that's plain, it's normal. We should be doing this all the time. Premium quests, obviously, you've probably done them all already. But if you haven't, quite honestly, I might have even missed a few. Look at this. Characters right there. I missed 2 Zack characters. I could get crystals right there, so I'll leave those for a rainy day. But that's my point, right? Even myself, I leave these things purposely. So like the Barretts I left here, Reds I left, Yuffie's I've left. I mean, Yuffie's new. So just go back here and do all this to get these free crystals if you're struggling with crystals. Right now, I'm not struggling. I like to keep these, what I call them, as a rainy day fund. And when I need them, I will get them. That's personally how I've handled it. But outside of that, guys, it's pretty straightforward. Just getting everything done. Story quest is another one. Get all these completed. They give you guys crystals, right? So with the amount that the game offers, with the amount that you get from completing just first-time things, including co-ops. Don't forget, like, again, I leave co-ops alone sometimes because, again, I call them rainy day funds. I don't like to get them because I'll spend them. I know myself. So, like, for example, here, all done. Specimen, probably all done. Nope, there's 2 right there. Brand new ones that popped up. I got to get those done. Mad Anchors, we all know how this one works by now because he's the boss. But you guys can see, like, there's a ton of crystals still available for me to get. At the same time, don't forget to log into the mobile game and get yourself the 2 ads, okay? If you're not doing those ads, you're missing out on 100 extra crystals a day. If it's free to play, that's a pretty big deal. So that's number one. Number two, what am I gonna do with these? So this is the thing that I've been kind of preaching for this year, okay? Unless something crazy goes down, and by I mean crazy, like game breaking, especially with the launch of Rebirth coming very soon. Talking about what, like a month and 8 days? A month and 8 days, guys. Freaking crazy, man. If the launch of Rebirth brings forward some new costumes, some new weapons, a brand new event that is mind-boggling good, and I'm talking about like Zidane's sword or up good. We're not talking about like the ultimate weapon that Glenn got, whatever it was called. Here, let me go to the banner. As good as it is, it's still not, like, for Glenn it's great, don't get me wrong. Ultimatic, yeah, that's what it's called. Ultimatic. As good as it is for Glenn, it's just still not as good as the Zidane sword. It's the percentages don't lie. Now, the beauty of Glenn's weapon, of course, is the fact that it has a circle sigil, which makes it incredibly strong, and actually very, very powerful to have in general. So it's a fantastic weapon. But I'm only assuming that in the very near future we're going to be seeing these kind of percentages almost for all your characters. Now, Glenn isn't a character I use very often, but these are really amazing. Our abilities to have. And then, of course, you have the sigil boost. Now, you guys see the purpose of sigil boosting, right? We normally don't care about those that much, but in this bomb event, for example, it plays a pretty big role. So, attack boost and physical attack boost. So, like, all of this is great. This weapon is fantastic, but I can see a lot of other weapons coming out very soon with the same base stats and also the exact same kind of power coming through. Now, my belief, and this is, again, strictly my belief, is that the next time we get a crossover weapon, we're probably going to see it beat Zidane's sword's percentages. Okay, and if you guys don't know, like, some of you guys are new because the Final Fantasy IX weapons weren't for everybody. Some of you are Steam players. I'm gonna just show you guys real quick the percentages on these, right? So if I go enhance on this, and you check out, oh, actually, hold on, let me just hold this down. I think if I hold it down, I can see the whole thing. There we go. So you guys can see this physical attack and physical attack potency, right? If you go all the way through, the percentage here is 1,300. This is the single highest percentage in the game, and you've got three of, like, you got physical attack, and sigil boost. So this is the ultimate physical attack non-elemental weapon. I honestly strongly believe either one of two things are going to happen, and this is what I'm waiting for. Either they're going to re-release the Final Fantasy IX crossover event this year, which honestly wouldn't upset a lot of people. Some people might be disappointed, but I think for the most part, everybody here would be fairly happy to see it. So let me know in the comment sections if I'm correct on that. Most of you guys would be happy to see that event return, so you have an opportunity to get yourself the Zidane sword and the Kuja spirit sword, right? I'm assuming most of you guys want that. If not, if it is a brand new version of a crossover, so let's say it's Final Fantasy X, 4, whatever the case may be, right? I would assume 10 would be probably next, or maybe even 13 with lightning and stuff, right? Those will probably be the most popular two to come out, especially with 13 has a tie with 7 to some extent. I can only imagine those weapons are going to come out and most likely out damage the Zidane sword and probably power creep this at a pretty high level. And the reason why I believe this is because this was the event that finally power crept everything else. So it only makes sense to me that crossover events will outdo other crossover events. It doesn't make sense for me for them just to release a willy-nilly power creep weapon that will beat something. Now, we might get things close, like the Ultimatic, but I don't think we're going to get anything that's going to beat this. So unless Advent Children release to theaters brings an event, or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth brings an event, my goal to save all my crystals is going to be simply for the next crossover event. Unless, again, there's something absolutely bonkers that comes out. Because let's be real, right now we have, like, I've only summoned on a few banners. I've only summoned on Murasame, which I freaking missed the outfit, so that might be a big one for me. I might have to get a Thunder outfit somewhere. I've summoned for the New Year banner. I've summoned for, I missed all of Halloween. I summoned for New Year's, Sephiroth when he first got released, so that's 3 banners there. The Zidane banner, and which included Tifa, so I've got those 2 costumes. And I summoned for one more. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Lucia's. I've summoned for 5 banners so far. And if you look at all the banners that have been released, there's, I think, a total of 14 or 15 banners that have been released. So 5 out of 15, that's not a bad percentage considering I'm free to play and I've been able to keep up, right? Now, the main thing, obviously, for you as a player is what matters most to your account. For me personally, right now, it matters most for best bang for buck. Unless, again, there is, like, I've got a Earth Arcanum. I'm missing Wind, so Wind is another one I need to get. Wind Arcanum I do need to get, so I missed Eris purposely because I wasn't going to use her as DPS. I don't think I can. So I do need Earth, and I do need... No, sorry, not Earth. I need Wind, and I need Thunder. So those are the only... Oh, and actually Water. I'm missing Water as well. So 3 elements that I'm missing. So if 3 Arcanum weapons or costumes come out for me, that's the only way I'm going to sway myself to kind of go that direction first before I wait for a crossover. Outside of that, though, crossover events, I think, are the next thing that people should save for. Quite honestly, because at the end of the day, you saw the impact it makes on the game, and also the percentages. And most of the weapons, besides Garnet's Rod, were pretty impactful so far, right? So I think personally, guys, if you're going to save and you're going to go with my strategy, do that. Go look at your Arcanum outfit, see what you're missing, obviously, and then kind of gauge your costume getting on that. And then spend your banners there accordingly, obviously, if it's a character you actually use. If it's not that, then I would be saving as much as possible for a crossover event, because let's be real, if you can pull a crossover event and have, like, saved up 70, 80,000 crystals, which I believe I had 60,000 at the time, you can at least get yourself an OB4, OB5, if you're lucky, OB6 weapon from a crossover event, which will probably push the boundaries of your account to heights it's never seen before. Alright, so that's just my suggestion. I know lots of people have been asking. That's my tactic, guys. That's the way I plan to go with this. If you guys are doing the same, let me know. If you're doing something different, let me know. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, especially if you're free to play. If you're Dolphins and Whales, I'm also curious as well. Have you guys been spending as much? Or have you guys kind of slowed down? Because, again, the game gives quite a bit of currency for you for free. So I'm always wondering what people are doing. All right, guys. Payne, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.